Good to have you with us. Okay, this following is a message from America First Policies, and we're going to talk about that for a second. And right after that, Kathryn Lewis will be joining us. She's a candidate for Congress in the 6th District. We'll chat with her a little bit. Counterterrorism expert, overseas operative, bestowed high honors for her service to the American people. That is our CIA Director, Gina Haspel. Big deal, right? Gina's a big deal, and she is up for Senate confirmation. Now she's under consideration, and if she gets confirmed, she'd be the first female director of the CIA. America First means ensuring our intelligence agencies have the best information and the best people to take the fight to our nation's enemies. As CIA Director, Gina Haspel will work to combat radical Islamic terrorism while expanding American power across the globe, but despite strong bipartisan support from the intel community, libs in the United States Senate are opposing her, putting politics before our national security. I know you find that a shocker. The American people deserve a fighter like Gina Haspel. It's time for every patriot to take a stand. So pick up the phone and call your senators today at 202-224-3121, 202-224-3121, and tell them to support Gina Haspel, CIA Director. To learn more about America First Policies, please visit americafirstpolicies.org. This message paid for and authorized by America First Policies. That's right. So call your senators today. Unbelievable. We have these qualified candidates that have to go through this ridiculous, nasty confirmation process, all because some people in the U.S. Senate just want to obstruct everything that the president does. It's absolutely crazy, right? Joining us now is Kathryn Lewis. She's running for Congress in the 6th District. That'll be decided at a Republican convention, or the nominee, will be decided at a Republican convention on May 19th in Harrisonburg. We are broadcasting that live, we think. I mean, I should do it. I want to do it. But then again, do I really want to sit there for 12 hours? And I don't know. But it is going to be a lot of fun. So right now we're planning on it. I got a hotel reservation. Martha Bennett is going to be with me. We'll have to figure it out. But right now, yes. But I don't know. It's just a long way out there. And, do I really want to be on the air for 9 hours or 10? I don't know. We'll have to. I'm going to sleep on it, right? But right now we're scheduled to go. But that convention, what a disaster that is. They got Scott Sayer running around, cheating and manipulating rules. He's the chairman. Jennifer Brown's challenging him. Sayer's going to likely win anyway. And Dunbar, the heavy favorite. I mean, she's got signed up a bunch of people. And it's Cynthia Dunbar, and she's got the best convention operation. Neither of her two big challengers, Ben Klein, House of Delegates member, or Chaz Haywood, clerk of court for Harrisonburg, have anywhere near the convention operation that Dunbar has. She's got very skilled people in there. But one of the other candidates who I want to bring attention to, because she is running a very, very energetic campaign, Kathryn Lewis, 28, a lifelong Virginian that believes we should always put people over politics, is what she says. And her key initiatives include workforce and vocational development, public education reform, small business development, healthcare reform, veteran care, broadband expansion, I'm for that, rural tourism. Well, if you go to Harrisonburg, that's rural tourism. Kathryn is an entrepreneur and lives in Bedford with her husband Matthew and her rescue puppy, Gemma. Joining us now, candidate for Congress, 6th District Republican, Kathryn Lewis. Kathryn, so do you have a legitimate pathway here for victory?
Well, I think the good thing about the convention, despite all of the things that have been going on leading up to this, it does give a fair opportunity for candidates like myself who are newer to politics and, don't have the backing like Ben Klein and Chaz Haywood. I think that's important for people to know that, we want to get involved and make a difference. And, it gives us that opportunity to be able to reach voters in a different way. And we're really excited about that. And we know we have tough competition, but, that's the beauty of it.
Okay, but look, it's great to have you on. You're a really nice lady. I enjoyed meeting you at Nancy Dye's house at the Jennifer Brown fundraiser. But, you're getting prime time on a national radio show. So to be legitimate here, you have to give me a pathway to victory. If you're just running to have fun, then don't do it on our time, right? That makes sense. So if
Correct.
You're a legitimate candidate, you've got to give us, Kathryn, a pathway to victory. How do you see this convention going down? How can you possibly emerge as the winner?
Well, so this is not always fun. Running for Congress is not the most fun thing I have ever done. But, the pathway to victory for us is, letting the delegates have signed up know who I am and what I stand for and how I'm different from your typical politician. I am not your typical politician, and I think people are tired of that. They want somebody like myself who is different, who actually genuinely cares about what's happening in our government, what is really happening in our district, and is tired of backdoor dealings and the same old politics that keeps happening. People, have come and said, the elected officials have come and just give me money, give me your vote, and I promise I will do these things for you. And they don't uphold their end of the deal. And that's what I'm frustrated with. It's one of the reasons I'm running. And I know the delegates that are coming to this convention are frustrated with it too. And I'm the candidate that's giving them another choice to say, I will do what I promised to do if you choose to vote for me. And that's what they're looking for. They need a candidate out there that they can believe in and will actually uphold their word. And that's my pathway to victory. It's convincing them that I am different and why, that if we really are going to make a change and make the 6th district a better district here in Virginia, then we have to elect someone like myself.
All right, Kathryn, I understand. That makes sense. We're with Kathryn Lewis. She's a lifelong Virginian. She's running for the Republican nomination for Congress in the 6th district of Virginia. That is going to be decided in a Republican convention May 19th in Harrisonburg, Virginia at JMU. It appears we'll be there to cover it if I decide to do that. Right now we are going. What?
I hope you will join us, and I hope that the convention will not last 12 hours like you think it may.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know. I don't like conventions, right, because of all the shenanigans that goes on. That's why I hate them. That's why, I would rather have a primary. But if you look at the nonsense that's going on in the 6th district, it's like, if I get out of there, I'm going to have to take a shower as soon as I leave. But, Kathryn, let me ask you this. You backed Jennifer Brown, I assume, because you were at her fundraiser I headlined at Nancy Dye's house. So I'm assuming you're backing her. You're backing her for chairwoman over Scott Sayer. Why?
To me, it's quite simple. She and I have very similar messages in that we want to see the Republican Party as a whole succeed. And we are candidates that want to reach out to the demographics and groups of people that the Republican Party has not reached out to in decades. Women, minorities, the younger people under 40. Just under 40, for goodness sake. And Scott Sayer is not doing that. And, he's had the opportunity to do good things with the 6th district in his current position. And to me, I have not seen that come through. And that's why I support Jennifer, because I believe in her message. And I know that she's, like myself, she is going to do what she promises that she's going to do if she's elected. And I am praying very hard that the delegates that show up will cast a vote for Jennifer Brown as well.
So you're looking for change. You look at this convention, 4,200 delegates have been signed up. There's been some scuttlebutt, Kathryn Lewis, that the Cynthia Dunbar campaign has had access to the delegate list before the other candidates. Can you confirm or deny that? Is that true or not, or why?
Well, based on the information and evidence that we've been presented and seen, transpire over the past couple of months, it's very hard to deny that. They, of course, are denying it with every time every chance they have, and it's interesting to see that everybody else is aware that this is what's going on, and we keep bringing evidence forth that they are not doing things the right way, and they've had access to things they should not have had access to. And, we just want it to be done fair and correctly in an ethical way, the Republican way. We want things done the way they're supposed to be done. And I do not like to see this kind of shenanigans go down. And I'm right there with you. This is why people don't like conventions. This is why people don't like politics, and why it's so hard to convince people to come out and vote, because this is the kind of shenanigans that we're dealing with, and it just should not be that way. And, if nothing else comes of this, we are fighting to make sure that this does not happen again and things are done fairly and in the way they're supposed to be done.
Okay, Kathryn, how do you see this vote going down as far as the rules, right? Because that's going to have a temporary chairman. I think Steve Albertson, who's a Dunbar fan, is a master at all kinds of parliamentarian moves. I mean, he's a big-time, big money lawyer. He's going to be, I guess, the transition chairman or whatever it is, temporary chair. The first thing they're going to do is vote for Congress, which affects you, whether it's a plurality or a majority. And if they vote for a plurality, Dunbar is going to win in 20 minutes. We can all go home. No question in my mind. Let me just ask you this. Do the other candidates combined, do you guys have at least 50% plus one that are going to show up there that are committed to not allowing a plurality and making it a majority winner, which means it has to go to subsequent ballots?
Yes. Having spoken to the other candidates and have spoken to our delegates, we have that majority vote coming to the convention to say, we are proposing a different temporary chairman to represent, at the convention besides the one that Scott Sayer has chosen. And the delegates will have the opportunity to vote for him as well. And if that gentleman is elected to the temporary chair, the rules will be the way they're supposed to be. We will have a majority vote, and this convention will be done properly and in a fair way. And that's what all of the rest of the candidates want. We want this to be done fair, and because at the end of the day, we want to be able to say whoever is the nominee out of this convention, it was chosen the way it was supposed to be done, and it wasn't done. If they wanted a plurality vote, we shouldn't be having a primary. They voted so hard against the primary, and now they're trying to turn this into a primary at the convention. It's make up your mind here. What is it that you want? And we want a temporary chairman that is not biased towards one candidate or another and will actually run things the way they're supposed to be done. And that's why we have chosen someone else that we are going to propose to be the temporary chairman at the convention.
So, Kathryn, here's the big question here. So, okay. Kathryn, you're 28 years old. You got involved in this thing. This is hand-to-hand combat, trying to sign delegates up and all this. And now you've been exposed to corruption and lies and manipulation. And Dunbar allegedly gets the delegates no one else has. And they try to change the rules. They try to cheat, steal, and otherwise manipulate the process to their candidate's advantage. And their candidate is Cynthia Dunbar, not Kathryn Lewis. So here's my question. What have you learned?
Our political system is exactly the way I thought it was and has completely justified why I'm running. I am tired of the lies. I'm tired of the corruption. I'm tired of all of these shenanigans, and we have to put an end to that. And it takes people like myself that have the courage to stand up and say, enough is enough. And we have to do better than this. The people deserve better than this. The voters and, we as American people, we deserve better than what's happening right here in the 6th District. And that has sealed the deal for me, that whether I win or lose in May, I will continue to fight. Our Republican Party should not be run this way. Our political system should not be run this way. And if it's happening here, we know it's happening across this country, and it's got to end. This is not how it was created to be, and I don't care if you're 28 or you're 68 or anywhere in between. You could not be okay with this. And it takes people like myself to stand up and say, we're going to quit talking about it, and we're going to do something about it and make a change. And I hope that more people like myself will come out and do something about this to try to fix our system. And it's not going to happen overnight, but we have to start today to make our future better, for our party and for our political system as a whole. And if we want to change D.C., it's going to start right here, and we have to have better candidates running and that will say we will not tolerate this kind of corruption and these kind of lies in our party or our political system as a whole. Because I don't want the Democrats doing this either, but I surely don't want my party acting in the way it's been acting in this race.
So let me ask you this, and I got 20 seconds. If you don't get the nomination, and obviously you're a major underdog, it would be the upset of the century if you were able to win. Are you going to stay involved?
Absolutely. No question about it whatsoever. And I have said that from day one. This is just the beginning. Whether I win or lose, I will still be involved. I will still keep fighting this fight. And I want to help candidates like myself and good ethical candidates of good character and of good policies win on all levels. I mean, I'm volunteering for a local Lynchburg City Council election today, and we'll continue to do that at our state level and our federal level because that's what it takes. We have to have, and that's what concerns me about Ms. Dunbar, is that if she doesn't win, I don't know if she's going to stick around. What is she going to do? And, that's what it bothers me, is that we have to have people like myself of good character that are willing to be committed to our party and make the changes that our party needs, regardless of whether we win this election or if I don't win for another 10 years, whatever the case may be, that we stick around and will continue to help the people of Virginia and of the Republican Party.
All right, good job. I got to go. What's your website?
So it's votekathryn.com, and you can find me on Facebook. It's Kathryn Lewis for Congress on Facebook, and would love to talk to any of your listeners about my policy stands and what I'm trying to do here in the 6th District.
Good for you. I'll see you hopefully on the 19th. Kathryn Lewis running for Congress. See you then. Thanks for getting involved.